ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांतिः शांतिः शांतिः। शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम शांतिः शांतिः शांतिः। शुक्ल यजुर्वेदीय काण्व शाखिया बृहदारण्यक उपनिषद पेज नंबर 271। There is drashta of vishaya and there is drashta of drshti. Okay. In Bhashya 271, second last line, again I will go over. Astityatra vishesho यो दृष्टेर द्रष्टा स दृष्टिश्चेद भवति नित्यमेव पश्यति। यो दृष्टे है द्रष्टा, दृष्टे है, here also you pay attention, दृष्टे है द्रष्टा, दृष्टे है द्रष्टा, यो, what is the vishesha he is showing? This is also drashta, this is also drashta, this is ghatasya drashta, dehasya drashta, and this is drishte hai drashta. What is the vishesha? This is the vishesha. यो दृष्टे दृष्टे है द्रष्टा, दृष्टि का द्रष्टा, स दृष्टिश्चेत भवति नित्यमेव पश्यति। दृष्टिश्चेत भवति, दृष्टिश्चेत भवति means this drishti here, second one. In simple words, if you want to understand, if there is any thought that goes through your mind or intellect, drashti, shruti, mati, vijnati, whatever, that thought will never be unknown. Why? Because this drashta nityameva pashyati, he always sees this. Drashtin na kadachidapi drishtir na drishyate. Nityameva pashyati drashtim. न कदाचिदपि दृष्टिर न दृश्यते द्रष्टा। द्रष्टा, द्रष्टा के द्वारा, बाय दिस द्रष्टा, दृष्टि ही कदाचिदपि न दृश्यते इति न मीन्स सर्वदा दृश्यते। द्रष्टा तत्र द्रष्टुर दृष्ट्या नित्यया भवितव्यम्। तत्र द्रष्टुः दृष्ट्या, द्रष्टुः दृष्ट्या नित्या भवितव्यम् मीन्स द्रष्टुः दृष्टि नित्या भवेत्। द्रष्टुः दृष्टिः नित्या भवेत्। Earlier we saw one quotation, nahi drashtur drishter viparilopo vidyate. Again it will come, means not, we have not seen that mantra yet. In Anubhuti Prakash we have seen. So this drishti of drashta is nitya, right? This is the principle. What is it trying to show? Now you see in this discussion, this drashta of ghata, pata, ityadi is also considered as Atma, aham, erroneously. And this drashta of the drashti is aham, which is the actual Shastra Pratipadit. So both of these are understood as aham. Between this, there is aviveka. So I think I am the drashta of ghata, pata, ityadi, and even if that much is there, it is good. If I get identified with the Vishaya, like Dehadi, then I even forget that I am drashta of Deha. Once I go beyond this, then I have to understand not only I am drashta of Deha, I am drashta of this drishti, which is seeing Deha and Anya Padartha. So this is Jada Padartha if you take. This is Vishishta Chaitanya, Antakarana Vishishta Chaitanya Vritti, what we call, which is given here as Drashti Shruti Mati Vijnati. This is Drashta. So, what is sadhana? If somebody will ask, this is the sadhana. You don't have to go anywhere, you don't have to do anything. Just sit there for half hour and see how long I recognize myself as drashti, drishte hai drashta. Now you see what is, so I am assuming this much is clear. Yeah, Atma, Sushuddha Atma, Sakshi, you can call. Sakshi. This is Pramata. This is Sakshi. That's why. But in Lakshyartha, it is without any Sakshi, Sakshya. Now, this Drashta, its Drashti means what? Its Drashti. Drashti of this Drashta. Because it is said,
knowing.
So here knowing means this drashta, its ability to know, its ability to illumine whatever is the thought, right? Drashti, Shruti, Murti, Sukha, Dukha, whatever. So this drashta has a drashti. And the knowledge here is also called drashti, drashti, Shruti, Mati, Vijnati. So drashta's drashti. This point is clear? Drashta, this drashta I am talking, Atma, drashta's drashti, ability to know. And this is called drashti. Drashti is drashta. Right? Everybody online understood this point?
No, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
This is drashta. It has a drashti. Means ability to know what is happening here at the level of antakarana, pramata. So drashta's drashti, ability to illumine. And this is drashti. Drashti, Shruti, Mati, Vijnati, they all are some vrittis. It's drashta. So this is called drashta of drashti, and it has drishti of this drashta. That's why that nahi drashtur drashter viparilopo vidyate. In that drashtuhu is shashti. Drashtehe is shashti. Nahi drashtur drashter viparilopo vidyate. Nahi drashter drashtur viparilopo vidyate. Either way it is interpreted. So we should know what they are seeing. In हिंदी दृष्टा की दृष्टि का लोप नहीं होता, दृष्टि के दृष्टा का लोप नहीं होता. Yeah.
दृष्टि के दृष्टा का लोप मतलब है
दृष्टि. Wait. Drishti is drashta and drashta's drashti both mean Shuddha Atma only, whose lopa is never there. Who its ability to illumine, actually, when we say drashta's drashti, theoretically we are defining sixth case. Drashta's drashti, they are not two things. It's like Rahoho Shiram. Drashta, Drashti means one only. It is Drashta. It illuminates. Okay.
Okay.
So this mantra is analyzed and is very important mantra. It is not only important for discussion, it is important in understanding this is who I am. So when it is said there is Paroksha Jnanam and Aparoksha Jnanam, Aparoksha Jnanam means where I have the ability to think as it is given and I understand this is who I am. Dehasya Drashta, Pramata. Tasya Drashta, Sakshi. And that Drashta is constantly illumining everything. Okay, now further. This topic is continuing. I just wanted to recap what we studied yesterday. See Tika now. Second last line. Saptami drashtaram adhikaroti. Saptami. Where is Saptami? In Bhashya, where is Saptami? Asti atra. Yes. In second last line of Bhashya, Asti atra. That atra is Saptami. That Saptami is Drashtaram adhikaroti. Means it is talking about this Drashta. Here is the second Drashta. Further in Tika, Drishter Drashtuhu Tavad Anvay Vyatirekabhyam Vishesham Vishadayati. Drishter Drashtuhu. Drashtika Drashta. Drishtehe Drashtuhu. How there is Vishesha in this? Through Anvay Vyatireka. Anvay Vyatirekabhyam Vishesham Vishadayati. We already saw that line. Yo Drishter Drashta. Yo Drishtehe Drashta. So drashtisched bhavati. Drashti means any vritti. Any vritti, if it is there, Sakshi is going to illumine. It will do prakashanam. Means I will never say a thought came and went and I did not know what I was thinking. Even though you say like that, but it will not be unillumined. It will be illumined. Yo drishte hai drashta, yo and saha se. No, sir. Yo drishte hai drashta, saha nityameva pashyati. In this way you have to do anvaya. Saha nityameva pashyati. Kada drishtisched bhavati. If drishti is there, saha nityameva pashyati. Anvaya will be this way. Tika. Bhavatu tatra, bhavatu drashti sadbhave drashtuhu sada tad drashtritvam. Drishti sadbhave drashtuhu sada tad drashtritvam. Drishti sadbhave means this second one. When that is there, drashtuhu sada tad drashtritvam. It is always seen. If this is there, it will always illumine. Means it will also illumine its absence. Whenever it is there, it will illumine. Tathapi katham kutastha drishtitvam iti ashanka aha. So one thing Purushavidha accepted, but he says why it is kutastha drishtitvam? Why he is asking this question? Kutastha drishtitvam. Can be the other. This drashta, its drashti is savikari. It has vikara. Whereas this drashta, its drashti is kutastha. Means there is no parinama here. Right? This is aparinami. That's why he is asking that if both are drashtas, they have drashti. Drshti of this drashta is available only through parinama. Drshti of this drashta, why do you say it is Kutstha? That he said earlier in the fourth line from the bottom in Tika. Vrittimad antakarana avachinno savikaro ghata drashta. Kutastha chinmatra svabhava sannidhi satta matrena buddhi tadvrittinam drashta. So both are drashta. But one drashta is savikara, another drashta is kutastha chinmatra svabhava. So he says, why the second one is kutastha? That is also drashta, it also has a drashti, it also should be savikare. Iti ashankyaha. Tatra drashtur drashtya nityaya bhavitavyam. Tatra drashtuhu drashtihi nitya bhavet. That drashta's drashti is nitya. Bhave prayoga will be nityaya bhavitavyam. Tritiya vibhakti. Nityatvam upapadayati. Further, be very alert in this discussion. Okay, otherwise you will lose the line. Too many drashtas are there. Anitya chet drashtur drashtis तत्र दृश्या या दृष्टिः सा कदाचिन् न दृश्येत अपि. Up to that. Anitya chet drashtur drashtihi. So we said this drashta's drashti is anitya. This drashta's drashti is nitya. Siddhant is saying if this was anitya also, like this. Anitya chet drashtur drashtis. Tatra दृश्या या दृष्टि सा कदाचित न दृश्येत अपि. So you have to do अन्वय this way. सा कदाचित अपि न दृश्येत. If दृष्टि was अनित्य, तत्र दृश्या या दृष्टि सा कदाचित अपि न दृश्येत means sometime this will not be recognized. यथा अनित्यया दृष्टया घटादि वस्तु. घट is there. घट दृष्टि is नित्य और अनित्य.
Anitya.
Anitya means sometimes you see ghata, sometimes you don't see ghata. If the same anitya drishti would be there for atmas, drashtas drishti, atma also recognizes buddhi vritti anityatvena, then sometimes it will know what is the thought, sometimes it will not know. Clear? Just as this ghata drashta will see objects sometimes, will not see sometimes. Same is not the case with Atma. Atma's drashti is nitya. Yatha anityaya drashtya ghatadi vastu. Then what you have to say? Sa kadachit na api drishyata. When anitya drashti is there, sometimes you see something, sometimes you don't see. Atma doesn't have this issue. Atma is nitya drashti. Tika. Ukta paksha paramarshārtha saptami. Another saptami. Ukta paksha paramarshārtha saptami. Tatra. Ukta paksha is anitya chet drashtur drashtihi. If drashta's drashti is anitya, drashtur drashter anityatva pakshe. Which drashtuhu drashti is anitya now?
Atma.
This
Pramata.
Second
Atma.
drashti.
Because this drashta's drashti is anitya is accepted. That is used as drashtanta. कादाचित के द्रष्टु दृश्यत्वे द्रष्टृ दृश्यत्वे दृष्टांतम आह. The external drishyas drashta is has kadachit katvam. Sometimes you recognize, like when we talk also, when too many things are there, some words you capture, some you don't, like that. This is kadachit katva. Kadachit katva in Shravanam is Bhayankara. Ghatadivat drashtirapi kadachideva drashtra drishyate na sarvada iti anishtapatti abhavam ashankya aha. Ghatadivat drashtirappi kadachideva drashtra drishyate. If this happens, what? That drashtra drashtihi kadachideva drishyate. Sometimes this drashta is able to see this, sometimes not. How? Ghatadivat. Like ghata, sometimes you see, sometimes you don't see. Na sarvada, not all the time. Then it is sarvada. Iti anishtapatti. This anishtapatti abhavam is there. Means this will never happen in case of Vedanti. Means in case of Atma. See in Bhashya. Nacha tadvat drishter drashta kadachidapi na pashyati drashtim. Nacha tadvat drishter drashta kadachidapi drashtim na pashyati. Tadvat means ghatavat. Ghatasya drashta kadachit pashyati. Kadachit na pashyati iti na. In case of Atma, this will not happen like how it happens in case of Pramata for Ghata. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yeah, it is clear.
Atma's drishti, there is a question here. If what will happen if Atma's drishti is also anitya? If Atma's drishti is anitya, then you will not know whether there was something existing or not, because there is no jnanam of something, right? So whether it existed or not, who will establish? Anything which is not known, whether it existed or not, you will never be able to say. Now, three differences are shown between these two drashtas in Tika. Vikarinas chittasya adrashtrutvam kramadrashtrutvam anyatha drashtrutvam cha. Three. Adrashtrutvam kramadrashtrutvam anyatha drashtrutvam cha drishtam. It is seen. So this vikari drashti is drashta, sometimes is not seeing, sometimes kramadrashtrutvam. Kramadrak, this is a shabda used in Vartik. Sureshwaracharya uses in Naishkarmya Siddhi. Those who have studied that, they know. Kramadrak. Kramadrak means it will see only in sequence. If there are so many objects, one ghata vritti, pata vritti, ityadi. Or if samuhalambana jnanam is there, all objects will be together. But then in them also, one you can see separately. This is krama drashtutvam. And anyatha drashtutvam. Ghata is there, bhranti happened. I thought it is something else. Kambal is there, a blanket is there, something. So anyatha drashtutvam is possible. In case of this Atma drashta, there is no adrashtutvam. It always will illumine. There is no krama drashtutvam. It is simultaneously illumining whatever is there. In other words, actually, because this is Atma, if you understand, then this Atma is one for everybody. Many Pramatas, but one Atma. If this way you understand, then it illumines all Pramatas together. And if you say No, this is Sakshi revealing only individual Pramata. Then you will have to address the issue of multiple Sakshis. Each will have one Pramata, one Sakshi, one Pramata, one Sakshi. Like in Vedanta Paribhasha, it is given Jiva Sakshi. Jiva Sakshi, in Mukhya Mata, it is not accepted. You just say that the Tadatmya is with only one Antakarana at that time. Therefore, I feel I am the Sakshi of only that Antakarana. Because really speaking, the Sakshi is Atma, then that Atma is only one. So then it is simultaneously illumining all Pramatas. Then you will have to say it is Avidya Vishishta. So in Proud Granthas, that Sakshi is understood as Avidya Vishishta. Avidya Vishishta Chaitanya means whatever Sakshi illumines, it will use Avidya Vritti, and Sakshi Sanya is also not Shuddha Chaitanya. It is a compromised understanding of Chaitanya. But these differences you try to understand. So, Vikari, Avikari, these two drashtas, okay? Pramata, Atma, let us just use that word. Pramata, Atma. Vikari, Avikari. Anitya, Nitya. Adrashtritvam, Kramadrashtritvam, Anyatha Drashtritvam. Means not knowing. Agrahanam. Adrashtritvam means agrahanam only. Kramadrashtritvam means all one after the other. Because Pramata has to use mind. It will go only in sequence. It cannot illumine everything together. And Anyatha Drashtritva means Anyatha Grahanam. Rajju can be recognized erroneously. Anyatha Drashtritvam. Bhranti means Pramata. You understand, Pramata will say, I saw snake in this way. And the Sakshi doesn't have all these errors. Okay. Aham Deha. Yes, but there is something else I was thinking. Because if it is a pratibhasika jnana, aham deha is bhranti. If aham deha is there, we will not go in that discussion now. Anyatha drashtatvam cha drishtam. Tat sakshino vyavartamanam tasya nirvikaratvam gamayati iti bhavaha. Tat sakshino vyavartamanam. Sakshinaha vyavartamanam means these three things, adrashtritvam, kramadrashtritvam, anyatha drashtritvam, they distinguish Sakshi. Means Sakshi doesn't have these three. Vyavartamanam tasya nirvikaratvam gamayati. So Sakshi therefore is nirvikara. So here, like a vyapti is given. Yatra yatra vikaritvam, tatra tatra adrashtritvam, kramadrashtritvam, anyatha drashtritvam cha. And yatra tesham abhavaha, tatra nirvikaratvam. Okay. And we also can sit and think of any such other distinctions. And this Viveka, the more and more I do, I will not get carried away by what is happening at the level of Pramata. I will keep myself separate from Pramata. A whole project here is this only, that I am not Pramata. Pramata has a tendency to get carried away by whatever happens at the level of mind or intellect also. I am not that. In Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Sara Sangraha, in Nididhyasana shlokas, there is one shloka. The first one,
Jnatra jnana jnaya.
not that one. I mean, in Nididhyasana shloka, you can take and explain. There is another one. I just chanted that in Pangat today. So it Buddhe samasta vikrite ravikari bodhri. This is the line there. Buddhe he samasta vikrite he avikari bodhu bodhri tad brahma yad brahma tattvamasi kevala bodha matra. That I am bodha matra. Yatswa prakasha. Yatswa prakasha.
Makilatmakama sushupte.
यत्स्वप्रकाशमखिलात्मकमा सुषुप्ते आसुषुप्ते एकात्मना महममित्यविभाति नित्यम एकात्मना अहम इति विभाति नित्यम. In this way, and बुद्धेः समस्त विकृतेः अविकारी बोधि. तो मुख्य is this: buddhi is vikara. Neither I am buddhi nor their vikara. I am its drashta. Now Purvapakshi is doing shanka. Drshti dvayam pramana abhavat ashlishtam iti shankate. Purvapakshi says these two jnanam, what you are accepting. Two drshti means two jnanam. There is no pramanam for this. Therefore, ashlishtam ayuktam iti shankate. Kin dve drshti drashtur nitya adrishya anya anitya drishya iti. Kin dve drashti drashtuhu drashtur nitya adrishya anya anitya drishya. These two drishtis of drashta. One drishti is, this drishti is nitya or anitya? Anitya. But this one is drishya, means we know. This one is nitya, but we don't know. Purvapakshi is saying, how do you say there are two? If we don't know, how will we establish its existence? So drishti, dve drishti drashtuhu. Nitya, first he says, nitya but adrishya. Anya anitya but drishya iti. Siddhanti tad ubhayam angikaroti. Badham, correct. Yes, you are right. Tatra anityam drashtim anubhavena sadhayati. Anitya drashti, it is our anubhava, we know. Prasiddha tavad anitya drashti. Andha anandhatva darshanat. This drishti is there for anandha, and andha will not have this drishti. Similarly, shruti, badhira means a deaf person will not have shruti. Other person will have shruti. So there this bheda is seen. This jnanam is there, jnanam is not there. Andhanandhatva darshanat. Uktamartham yuktya vyakti karoti. With the help of yukti, same thing he expresses further. Nityaiva chet sarvo anandha eva syat. If this drishti was nitya, means if everybody has, nobody would be andha. Anandha eva sarvo syat. So this one drishti is over. Now samprati nityam drashtim shrutya samarthayate. Nitya, so anitya drishti in that pramanam is anubhava. In nitya drishti pramanam is shruti. And which shruti? You see the prasiddha shruti. Drashtustu nitya drishti nahi drashtur drashter viparilopo vidyate iti shrutehe. So this is what I was quoting. Drashtustu drashtuhu drishtihi drashta's drishti, ability to see this, is nitya. And the uddharana is nahi drashtur drashter viparilopo vidyate. Both are in shashti. Drashtuhu drishti's viparilopa. दृष्टा की दृष्टि का लोप नहीं होता. अविनाशित्वात्. There is for the rest of the quotation. और दृष्टिस दृष्टा. Because this quotation is not once. There are so many quotations. Shrutis nahi shrotuhu shruter viparilopo vidyate nahi mantur mater viparilopo, like that. Mater viparilopo vidyate, like that. So many are given. So there is no viparilopa. And why this is discussed? In sushupti. In sushupti, one drashta is down and one drashta is not out. This drashta in sushupti is gone. So Purvapakshi thinks, if this drashta is not there, this drashta doesn't have anything to do. And you cannot establish that there is existence of Atma as drashta in sushupti, because there is no drashti for this drashta in sushupti. There is nothing to illumine. So that's why this quotation is given, that this drashta drashti doesn't have viparilopo even in sushupti. It will illumine abhava. Like how we say it will illumine abhava. Urvakshi says, oh, what is this illumining abhava, etc. That we will use. The next is anumanam. Anumanam is given. You can use some anubhava, but that anubhava, they all will say, we also have sushupti anubhava, you also have sushupti anubhava. But we interpret in different way. This is how in Vedanta Sara and Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta it is explained. So they will say there is no anubhava. Then we will say there is anubhava of sukham. Kumaril Bhattas, they will say there is jnanam and ajnanam. And we will say, no, there is jnanam of ajnanam in this way. So Atma is not jnana ajnana together. Atma is jnana swarupa, it knows ajnana. Tika. Tatraiva upapatyam aha anumana cha tadeva vivranoti andhasyapi ghatadi abhav ghatadi abhasa vishaya swapne drishtir upalabhyate. Andhasya api, a blind person also in swapna can have ghatadi abhasa. Means you can say earlier samskaras are there, or now he got blind, now he lost his ability to see, but earlier he was able to see. Those samskaras are there, abhasa is there in swapna. That is illuminated by Atma. जागरिते चक्षुरादि हीनस्यापि पुंसः स्वप्ने वासनामय घटादि विषया दृष्टिरुपलब्धा या च सा तस्मिन् काले चक्षुरादि जनित दृष्टि अभावे अपि स्वयं अविनश्यन्ति अनुभूयते. अविनश्यन्ति अनुभूयते शत्रु प्रत्यय. स्वयं अविनश्यन्ति, which is this one? This Visheshana is for what? In Pankti. Drshti. Which Drshti Shabda? The beginning of that Vakya. In that line. Drshti घटादि विषया दृष्टि उपलब्धा या च सा तस्मिन् काले चक्षुरादि जनित दृष्टि अभावे अपि दिस दृष्टि स्वयं अविनश्यन्ति अनुभूयते। सा द्रष्टुः स्वभावभूता दृष्टिः नित्या एव एष्टव्या। दिस द्रष्टा स्वभावभूत दृष्टि is nitya. This is our description. Never forget this. This is who I am. Whole Upanishad study, all my other sadhanas, all doing this, that is only to do this pratipadanam. I am nitya. I will never have any fear of death. I should not have. And I am not only illuminator of one antakarana, I am illuminator of all antakaranas. This is the mukhya pratipadana. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah. Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vivagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.